Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gassy Jack Gear Reviews. For those of you who subscribe to me, you will realize it's been a while since I've had a review, and that's because I haven't had a watch in a little while. But in that little while, I did acquire a little watch. This is the Timex Marlin Reissued. Some of you will notice that from other reviews, this is not the strap that this watch comes on. This is a strap I got from Watch Gecko. This particular one, it's an ostrich leather strap. It is a 19 mil strap, whereas this watch is actually an 18 mil lug width. So it is 1 millimeter larger than it should be. Not to worry, this just came in. Same watch strap in 18 millimeter in a dark brown ostrich. So we're going to see which one looks better. You can judge for yourself. I am going to open up this case just to give you a little comparison between the watch straps. This case, I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with it. It seems pretty heavy duty. The box itself, and then this box. I'll be honest, like this watch itself, I got from Long Island Watches for $199 US plus $5 shipping. You can see the box in there. Some of you have seen this before. You can put that on pause if you want to see what that says. Okay, I believe this watch is a reissue of a 1965 watch. Chime in there if you know better than that, but I believe this is modeled after the Marlin 1965 by Timex. This watch strap here, it's not bad. I don't really have a critique for it. I mean, it's faux, what is this, faux lizard, I guess it would be. So it's just leather made to look like lizard. But it's decent. It's certainly better than the stock Seiko Alpinist. But it wasn't that I didn't like the strap. I didn't like the strap color. I'm not a fan of black leather straps. And to be quite honest, this is one of very few watches that I have on a leather strap. The watch strap, if you do want a little review on this, like I said, this is from Watch Gecko out of the UK. Very fast shipping on these. Both of these, I got them in at different times. I originally ordered this one, and then I said, oh, you know, hell with it, I'm going to order this one. I believe these ones, if you want them, go grab them now, because I don't think they're going to be selling them for much longer. I think they're discontinuing them. I don't know why. They are thin, but it seems that they're ostrich. I think that's real ostrich. Feels like it. They're thin, but I think it's a perfect thickness for this little Timex Marlin. This is a 34 millimeter watch. It is small. For a reference, everyone knows what that is. The Casio F91W. So it's about that same size as that Casio. I think for what this is, a lot of people will say, well, that's too small. It should be a 36. And it shouldn't. It was 34 before, it's 34 again. And I don't have large wrists. I'll get this on my wrist after. My wrists are, what are they, 6 3/4, 6 7/8. They're under 7. So they're not big wrists. But this watch, I got used to it being this small in about 10 minutes. And I'll be honest, I have large watches. I mean, if you watch my videos, I have fairly large watches. I mean, I think my smallest watch is a 38, being the Alpinist. This one being a 34, it's much smaller than the Alpinist. Every millimeter makes a difference. But I like that about this watch. It's different than everything I have. And I'll be honest, I have been looking at, for some time, an Omega, vintage Omega. Ideally, a vintage Omega Constellation Pi Pan in, I don't know if I'd go for a yellow gold or not. I'm not a big gold fan, but they're up there. And even I do like a lot of the old Seamasters in steel. I'm not an expert on Omega watches, so don't ask me what reference number I like and stuff like that. It's really, I think they're all pretty good, so I'm not that particular as far as the movements that are in them, although I do kind of find the bumper movements cool. It's more aesthetically. So I'll look at, say, different websites. Omega Enthusiast, he's out of Canada, I believe, and I'm in Canada, and he has some pretty good stuff. But they've gone up in value tremendously in the last, I don't know, 5 years maybe. I mean, I was looking at some before, and they were in the $200 to $400 range. And those same watches I can't find for under $1,700 Canadian. So, man, I wish I purchased a few of those. But anyway, my whole point to that conversation was that I've been looking at Omegas and I couldn't really settle on one. I'm like, oh, I have other watches that I want to purchase. I had gotten the Rolex Submariner, no date. I'm looking at, I really, really like the Explorer 1, but I also really like the Datejust, the 126300, smooth bezel oyster bracelet with the silver dial. And when I say silver, I mean it's champagne. It's very close to this. This is not picking up. Let me see. Let me get it really close. See if we can focus in here. No, it's not picking up. I think you have to look at still photos to see the sunburst a little bit, but not quite what you're going to find in real life. The sunburst is actually quite nice. This watch is so much better looking in person. I'm just looking off camera and then on camera. This does it no justice. The movement, other videos have taken it apart, and the movement seems to be a seagull movement, Chinese movement. Nothing wrong with that. They're keeping their costs down. I'm really looking forward to what else in the mechanical / automatic movements that Timex does. I mean, if they can capture this, if they can capture sort of a reissued vintage niche market, I think they will do very well. This watch is very difficult to find. And like I said, they had it. It came back into Long Island. I snapped it up because I hesitated the last time and I lost out within a day. So I snapped this one up. But if they could come out with more vintage reissues, I think they'll do very well with them. It's not running too bad. I'm getting around 17 seconds per day, so not great, but you know what? For a $200 watch, give me a break. It's a mechanical watch. This is not, for me, a watch that I wear every day, although in the first couple of days I wore it all the time, just because I really, really liked it. But for me, I rotate watches, so whether something is off by even 30 seconds a day, I really could care less. It's not going to affect me. It's not that I don't want them to run better. It's that it's not going to affect me. I'm taking them off within 2 days. The only time I'll wear a watch for more than 2 days in a row is if I'm on vacation. I'm going to put this on my wrist now just so you guys can see what it looks like on a smaller wrist with this strap on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the camera off. I'm going to put the new strap on. I've not worn the other strap yet. It just came in today. I'm just doing the video. But here you go. Looks small, right? And it is. But I'll tell you something. If you're confident in yourself, meaning that you don't really care what people think, because some people are going to look at this and say, oh, it's too small. I've gone to shops, tried on 36 millimeter Rolex Datejusts, and the salespeople are talking me out of them. Like, no, that's too small for your wrist. And they have some good points. I have small wrists, wide hands. And the salesperson at Rolex, last time I was there, made a good point. She said, you know, you'd be better off with the 41 versus the 36. And I even told her, I said, I don't really care about the small difference in price if I'm spending that kind of money. And she made a good point. She said, put the larger one on and see how it makes your wrist actually look bigger. And it does. She said, if you had thinner hands like this way, then she said you could get away with the 36 much better. But because you have wide hands here, the wider watch diameter does sort of even things out. And she was absolutely right. I tried it on. She was spot on. But like I said, this watch, I'm not wearing it that much. It's a vintage watch, so you can get away with it. And this is a great little dress watch. It's not an expensive watch, so it's not like you're going to impress people. But you will turn the eyes of watch people. I guarantee you that much, because people are going to see this and be like, watch people will be like, ooh, what's that? That's, They're going to have some questions for you. I'm going to put this on pause. I'm going to be right back. Okay, we're back. What do you guys think? If you don't mind, I would like to know what you guys think. This is the first time it's been on my wrist with this strap. As you can see, it's much more newish, even though that one's a couple days old. It's more worked in, I should say. What do you guys think? You can rewind the video and the light brown, or the cognac, versus this darker brown. I really like both of them. I think this is going to be a back and forth kind of deal with this one. Although I wish the other one was a proper 18 millimeters. This is 18 millimeters, this one. That the lighter color one is 19 millimeters, so it's not as good a fit. Not that you may or may not have noticed, I don't know. But basically the same watch strap. Ostrich. Anyway, yeah, so like I was saying, the movement is a Seagull movement. And if you don't know Seagull watches, I believe they are the largest manufacturer of movements in the world. Chime in there if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. There you can see that sunburst a little better. There, I'll just give you some watch porn. All right, you sickos. There you go. It's a beautiful little watch. If you're asking yourself, some people I've even heard people go, oh, it's $200. It's not worth $200. You know what? I think it is. I absolutely think it is. I wouldn't hesitate for a second with this one. I think you could get away with this watch up to 7.5-inch wrists without it looking really crazy small. But, you know, that may differ as well. I mean, this was in this era, that was the size. 34, 36 max, right? Anyway, if you have any questions about it, post in the comments. If you have anything else you want to say, post in the comments. Be nice. I don't like people that post in the comments anything negative without adding some information. Just do it politely, and we can have some good conversations. Anyway, this has been another Gassy Jack Gear Reviews. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe if you did. We'll see you soon.